We had a common friend, Durga Jasraj. Whatever you call it, date, because we were like, "Acha, chalo, kahin jaake,
No, whatever you call it, it is a date. Dating, properly dating.
We were dating. 7 years of dating and 21 years of marriage.
Hi guys, welcome to Box Office India. This is Anita Brito, and today we are here for a very special episode of How We Met. So since your show also talks all about love, so I am only going to talk about love with you all. To begin with, let's go back in time, and I want to know how did your love story started? From the beginning.
Listen to Mansi narrate a love story for once.
Okay, how did you all first meet, Mansi? Tell me about that.
So I was a model. It was in the 90s. I was a model, and Rohit was working with Kunal Kapoor as an assistant. And he had called me up and said that, can you drop your pictures off? And I went over to his office, and I distinctly remember this tall, lanky boy walking towards me. And I said, "Hi, Rohit." And he says, "Yes." And I said, "I'm Mansi, and here are my pictures." And that was it. That was our very first meeting. Literally.
What she didn't tell you was so once before I had called her, and I was assistant, and she was this hotshot model. So I said, "Listen, we are shooting some ad films. I'd like your pictures." So her response was, "Okay, I am shooting. I'm very busy. You can go and pick up my pictures from home."
Okay.
And I said, "Listen, I called her. She's saying like this." So he just smiled. It hurt my ego a lot. कि मैं Kunal Kapoor का chief AD हूँ, and Kunal Kapoor obviously was one of the biggest filmmakers, ad filmmakers at that time. And then what she said happened. Then she came one day and gave me the.
So who made the first move after that meeting? Who made the first move? How did you all go out?
So that's my bit of the conversation. What had happened is, while working for Kunal, I'd already signed my first film as a leading man, and my pictures had come out in the Screen magazine. There was four front page and back page big posters had come out.
I saw that and I thought to myself, this guy looks cute. And we had a common friend, Durga Jasraj, Pandit Jasraj's daughter. So she had told me that this is Rohit, that same one who works with Kunal Kapoor. I said, "Oh, that's him. Acha, very nice, cute looking guy." Cut to.
And as luck and destiny and fate would have it, Durga called me that day and said, "Listen, I'm going towards your house. Should I give you a lift?" So I said, "Yeah, sure, yaar." क्योंकि उन दिनों तो कुछ था ही नहीं, गाड़ी वाड़ी कुछ थी नहीं मेरे पास. So she was coming to. She said, "I just have to stop over at a friend's house. You mind?" I said, "No, whose house?" She said, "Mansi Joshi." I said, "Hey, I'm on. I'm coming." I'm in Mansi's house, and then we spoke for an hour, and we exchanged a couple of video cassettes, so that both of us knew that I'd have to come back to her to give it, and she knew that I'd come back to return it. That's how it started.
How sweet. So after that, after your first meeting, and who asked whom first out? Like, first date, how did it happen? Where did it happen?
So, it's amazing how again destiny played a part. This time, unfortunately, Durga fell ill.
Okay.
With jaundice or typhoid or something. And I called Mansi. Those were the days of the landline. I said, "Yeah, I'm going to go and visit
and I was like,
Durga.
"Yeah, even I want to visit. So let's go together."
And again picked her up from the house, and those days I had a Kinetic Honda. She sat behind me. We went, visited her, and after that, when we were coming back, I said, so she said, "So," and the entire journey, she was sitting like this, like ऐसे करके. I said, "यार, पिक्चरों में क्या दिखाते हैं, ये कैसे बैठी है?" And then we went first date, which was at Shiv Sagar in Khar, and we had Ganga Jamna juice and mango milkshake. So that was first.
So
date.
Whatever you call it, date, because you're like, "Acha, chalo, kahin jaake."
No, whatever you call it, it is a date. It was a date.
Those days date नहीं बोलते थे, ऐसे बोलते थे बाहर चलते हैं साथ में. हाँ, वो date वाला फंडा नहीं था वो टाइम पे. So, Rohit, tell me one thing. Did you ever think that Mansi will friend zone you? वो ऐसा thought है. Or Mansi, did you think that Rohit will ever friend zone you?
नहीं, I think उस वक्त उन दिनों में friend zone वाला concept ही नहीं था. And I'm of the opinion that if I was asking somebody out, for me, strangely, I'm so archaic that if I asked her out, that meant only that I want to have a relationship with her. So I guess things were different back then than
And
it is
in
now.
10 days, we were dating each other.
Properly dating
We
each
were
other.
dating.
There was nothing said, asked, nothing discussed. Yeah, I was obviously enamored by her beauty, so it was physical. The first meet was physical. Obviously, you
Then my
realized
mind.
also that your mind I didn't see for the longest time. But when I saw her, and she finds it difficult to believe now, but when I saw her and met her for the first time, I spent a couple of days with her. I knew for a fact कि लड़की तो यही चाहिए शादी में. I was very sure. I don't know about her.
No, I wasn't.
Okay. So after that 10 days, did you propose her, or did you, Mansi, did you propose him? Was there any proposal in the picture, or it
No.
was?
There was no proposal. It was just understood that we are dating. We are seeing each other.
See, Mansi was very, very shy. Now the Mansi that you see is diametrically different to the Mansi I met. She was very shy. She was very soft-spoken, if you can believe that. So we never discussed anything. And from that first meeting, we dated for 7 years. Courtship was 7 years long, and after 7 years, the proposal came from her side. We were sitting one day in our house, in my house, and she said, "Listen, so
when are we getting married?"
Yeah, we should get married. And I said, "Yeah, okay." That was the only line exchange. When are we getting married? I said, "Look, we should get married. That's okay." And then she went away to her house. Little did she know that I went to my mother. I told her, "Okay, Mummy, find out a date, set a date." And we started dating on 23rd of May. And then on 23rd of June, after 7 years, we got
7 years and 1 month to
One
the date. We started dating. We got married.
Right.
Wow. It was a very casual thing between you all.
Yeah, it was very chill. Like our families knew that these people will get married. Only nobody knew when, which is why he told his mother, find a date. I think she must have been relieved that finally they want to get married.
It sounds good in television serials. That was not part of our hookup. My mother was very sure that this boy is going to marry her only. She used to treat you like that only. It was never like that. Oh God, ab shaadi karein. Aisa nahi tha. She must have been a little. In fact, when I told her that why did you pick a date, she didn't even take a second. She called our Panditji. She got a date. And fortunately, those 2-3 dates that were matching. One was 23rd. Just a month.
So how many years now total are you all married for, and the courtship included?
7 years of dating and 21 years of marriage makes it 28 years of knowing each other.
We just finished 20 years in the lockdown.
Yeah, June 23rd was our anniversary.
Wow. And what did you all do for that 23rd anniversary?
We did a very cute thing. Yeah. Under lockdown, we couldn't have anybody here. So Mansi planned a date for us again. So we sat down in the car, wore our masks, and we drove right up till town. We just went on a drive, from Worli Seaface, we went to Nariman Point.
Then we picked up food from a restaurant, went and sat by the seaside in our car and ate food, and it was like a date.
How sweet. So, in this 28 years, if in all I gather, Mansi, what is that one habit of Rohit that you don't like, and one habit that you like? And the same for Rohit.
Very messy and untidy, and I have OCD, so for me it's very, very difficult. It's been a difficult 28 years.
I still haven't changed.
Yeah, it's still not changed. I have changed by trying to put blinders and ignore what is happening.
He's saying no. Okay.
And what do the one thing I like about him is that he's once he decides to do something, he's like a dog with a bone. I call him that. So whether it's his fitness, whether it's some work that he takes up, whatever he decides to do, he's very dedicated and passionate about it once he's decided he's doing it. So I really admire that.
All right. Rohit?
The one thing I don't like about Mansi is that she's a procrastinator. Yeah, and I find that very, very difficult to understand, because otherwise she's super efficient. So it's like a dichotomy. Like for instance, if she's supposed to do something, she's forgetful. So I always tell her, okay, so do it now. She says, no, I'll do it. And then she'll forget to do it. So it's a double whammy, and I find it so irritating, because I am super efficient. But before you finish a sentence, I'm already writing or calling or something like that. So, and the quality of hers I like is that she's an extremely family-oriented person. See, you've seen her as an actor, as a model. Everybody knows she's a voracious reader. She's intelligent. But what people in the world outside, other than our close friends, don't know that she's a loyalist when it comes to her family and even her friends, for that matter. So my entire house, her brother's entire house, and her parents' house, anything that has to happen in these three homes, she's on top of it. And I think it takes a little toll on her also, because how many places can one person be in? But that's one quality of hers I completely admire.
How sweet. Okay, if we travel back in time, what is that one thing in your relationship you would like to change or not change?
Okay, let me go first.
Do it differently,
The one thing I'd like to change in our relationship is that I would be a little more communicative with her. Because I remember the first couple of years of our dating, I was a new actor, I was trying to find my feet in the industry. So I think I wasted a couple of years in no communication or subtle communication. I think it's very, very important that bang on the moment the couple goes into a relationship or a kind of a locked in love, you need to communicate. Good or bad, don't always put your best foot forward. You always do that. When you start dating somebody, you put your best foot. That I think I would change. I would give her the real, everything. I would talk to her openly about her likes, dislikes, everything. That's one thing I would play differently. The one thing I would not like to change is the relationship in general. I think we've had our highs and lows. We fight a lot. We argue a lot. Both of us are Aryans, so both of us are headstrong to another level. We wouldn't agree on anything. We don't agree on anything. But having said that, there's nothing I'd change about my relationship. We'd probably be a little more patient with each other. But otherwise, Mansi rocks.
Mansi, you want to add anything?
No, I believe that, whatever happens for a reason. So everything that we've gone through has been part of that journey, and that's important. So I wouldn't want to change anything.
All right. So also, every relationship goes through the hurdles. Like you said, you all had ups and downs. Can you share any of your ups and downs during the courtship that you all had or post-marriage?
We've not had some major upheavals or stuff like that. It's just the way we are. We are two very different people. In fact, Kiara was last night at dinner that, Baba, Mama, you are so different. How? And she's asking, she thinks her mother is the prettiest woman on earth and this father of mine is just like that. So she keeps asking them, why did you pick him? So, that's very different in outlook, in personalities.
I don't think there's anything in particular like that which I can remember that was a high point. We've had our regular ups and downs like all couples. I think what is important is that you have, if that relationship matters to you, you'll always work at overcoming that hurdle.
See, like for instance, I will call this, say, red. She will call it burnt brick. So it's like small things,
Right. Speaking about locked in love, today's generation and the way we see love is quite different. Today we have apps to find partners. A lot of other things have happened. How do you see love evolved over the years?
Good question. So, as times change, we all feel that our previous generation was a little more foolish, a little more stupider, and we are smarter. Now when I see my child, we are getting exactly the same treatment from her. The entire outlook towards love also has changed. For me, I think for her also, there was no question of an exit clause in our marriage or a relationship. We'll keep working at it till the day we pop it. Today, things are much more different. The concept of locked in love doesn't exist. You are locked in love. The moment you find anything little bit, kind of discomforting or uncomfortable, you will unlock it and walk away. That's I've noticed the difference, basic difference. Also, there's not too much time that people are investing into each other because both partners are so busy now.
Right.
Other than this, the same thing is there.
I feel, if you ask me, I think love is love. That emotion still remains the same. Today, when I see my daughter talking to her friends or them discussing their, problems and stuff like that, I realize they're pretty much like what we did. Only thing that is different is how now they approach it. Rohit people are just more practical and more, like, okay, if this just doesn't work, move on. Even friends
Right.
give advice.
So
Like,
I'm not saying it's good or bad. It probably is a better way of looking at
Yeah.
it.
It's
Because we were always meant to be locked in love, so we must have gone through a lot more than these kids will go through.
Right.
They'll probably say, for them, love has also become like a practical thing. Decisions are based on whether they are happy and comfortable or not.
which I think is the way.
Yeah, I mean, for them, dating is just that. Dating. We're dating. So it's not like,
Right.
I'm dying and breeze is blowing and violins are playing. We're dating.
Right. Oh, also, these days we also have live-in relationships, open relationships, and all kind of relationships that we can't even think of. Especially in 90s or 80s or 70s, we used to not think any of this. What is your take on these kind of relationship? Open, live-in?
I think it's good for things to evolve because you see, with time, we all change, ideas change, our notions of what is right and wrong. What was what is considered politically correct today was acceptable earlier. Like people
Correct.
would, speak the language that we spoke or the things that we accepted are no longer accepted. And I think that's wonderful because that is evolution. Like you said, that is change. And if it changes for the better, I say why not?
I don't agree with her at all on this point. And it's very easy to say these things to sound good on camera.
No, I'm not saying this to sound good on camera. I believe it.
So tomorrow, supposing your daughter said, I want to have a real relationship with somebody.
We'd have to see. I mean, it would
We'd
depend.
have to see. So it's not like, oh yeah, of course, why not? We had to see. No, that's the thing. It's very easy to say that. For me, it's very simple. Evolution and all that is great. You discover, that's great. But there are certain things which I hold very dear in terms of, I mean, if that was the case, then you'd go through several such living relationships. And I'm not trying to be politically correct or incorrect. This is my personal. I believe that, love happens. When it does happen, you will know. You will discover. You can like we were dating for 7 years. I knew what was what worked, what didn't work, etc. And you sorted it out, and then you got married. That was a whole. For me, that's evolution in a relationship. And about open marriages, I can't comment because again, that is something which whatever works for you. That's a very, very personal thing. But evolution also has to be organic to belief system. My belief system don't support it.
Right. Okay, so in the show Lockdown, what do we expect from the show, from your side?
Lots of love.
Locked in Love is a series of 5 short films. Each film is unique, and different by itself. The underlying theme definitely is love and relationships, and about 2 people, because this was shot during the lockdown with just the 2 of us. It has nothing to do with the lockdown, but it has stuff to do with love and being locked in love.
So basically, the whole idea was to showcase 5 different films of different moods of love. It's not like all rosy and all. It's got dangerous love, it's got love of dependence, it's got second chance love, it's about belief, it's about everlasting love, which transcends lifetime. All those kinds of different shades of love. And the interesting thing for us really, and possibly for the audience according to the initial reactions, is to see the same 2 actors perform different roles back to back in 5 different films. Earlier my worry was that, if you're seeing just these 2 actors in 5 different roles, in 5 different films, it might get, the audience might get a little kind of bored. That has actually turned out to be our strongest point. People have said this is a unique concept of 2 actors playing 5 different roles in 5 films in an anthology. So, yeah, so it's about love, it's about us, it's there's something for all of you. You will identify, I'm telling you right now, when you see the thing, if you've not seen it already, you will identify with at least one character or one film.
Wow, that's nice. I will absolutely watch it today because I saw the trailer and I wanted to, I was going to approach the PR and say, please get me an interview with you all because, it looked really nice. So I will watch it today for sure.
God.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Hi, this is Rohit Roy.
Hi, this is Mansi Joshi Roy.
You're watching Box Office India. Please like, share and subscribe now.